this is part of
Okay,
it.
yep.
Hey everybody, thank you all for being available for this first official meeting of the Down East Pomeranian Rescue. Tammy has checked in, Jamie, Dan, all of you have logged in. Kevin is actually doing the filming, and Kevin is also the co-founder of the Down East Pomeranian Rescue. I want to take the opportunity right here and now to say that our premise that social media is invaluable to animal rescue groups is true, as we would not be able to have this meeting today without GoToMeeting. Everybody had various commitments, and it just worked out that we could all get together at this time to have the meeting over the web. So yes, having a GoToMeeting is going to help us move forward at a much more rapid pace because we can meet more frequently and not take time away from our busy schedules, or as you can see, away from the care of the animals. So just a little bit of introduction, as a lot of you are new to this group. Down East Pomeranian Rescue was started by Kevin and I. We're a couple from Trescott, Down East Maine, who realized how much of a need locally there is to rescue and rehome Pomeranians who have been surrendered for a whole bunch of different reasons. We are a couple that has spent the last 20 years or so with Pomeranians of some sort, whether they be rescues or getting from breeders. But after those first couple, we realized that the need for the rescue was so much more important. And why is there such a need? There are various reasons that Pomeranians are either, as we all know, animals that are dumped off because people just won't take them to a shelter, or the shelters are full and there's a waiting period. So Good Samaritans find them. One of the other items is that older senior citizens who pass away and their heirs do not want the burden of taking care of the animals. There are breeding and hoarding situations, such as Katie Mama came from, she and her daughter Ruby. So there's these kennel raids on these boarding situations. And Pomeranians, to be quite honest, are predisposed to a lot of expensive medical conditions. So when these things start to happen and the dogs start to break down and have issues, people just drop them off at shelters, or again abandon them, or turn them in, or try to find them other homes. They just can't afford, thank you very much, to take care of them. So we got started in order to fulfill the need here in our corner of the world. There are many other rescue groups throughout the country, and I'm sure throughout the world, and we got to know a bunch of them via Facebook, which is really what brought to mind how valuable the social media networks are. QGive.com says that animal rescue groups today, they're making huge successes due to the different types of social media. Being able to post an immediate need for funds, for needs for the shelter or the foster homes of bedding and food and medications, or vet emergencies that have come up, so the funds to pay the vets for those sorts of things. And for rescuing and for foster homing, just for adoption purposes, by posting a picture of one of the cute animals that you just saw here with a little caption in a voice that's supposed to be the animal's voice, and making it cutesy, that appeals to people. So there's a lot of evidence to support that sort of thing out there. Also to reach out and invite people, but when people see other groups you may like and a cute picture pops up, people want to get involved, they want to help. So for us in our group, what types of social media we're going to use, how we're going to use it, and who's going to be responsible for those sorts of things, this is what I've gotten so far. So number one, the Facebook page. I've already gone ahead and created that. I will email you all the link to our page, Down East Pomeranian Rescue, and that way everyone will have editing purposes for posting things on it. The Twitter account, Jamie, you're going to be responsible for creating the Twitter account. We're going to specifically be using this for new arrivals, urgent needs, happy adoptions, those sorts of things. Snapchat, Dan, you're responsible for Snapchat, so create an account for us there. We're going to use that for interviews on prospective adopters, for pup dates on adoptions, and also conversations. Again, like GoToMeeting, we can use them for between the foster homes and the home base, that sort of thing. Tammy, I'm going to use you as the liaison to pass out all the information to the people as to what's going to go on, what's going to be posted, work with Dan and Jamie and myself to do those sorts of things. So, and Kevin, of course, is going to be the camera guy for all the things we need here in the home base. We are going to use them for soliciting funds, for finding more volunteers, for supplies needed for the foster homes, for our home, for the home base, and to promote the success, not only for the animals that are up for adoption, but to promote the success of the adoption, the forever homes for the fur babies. However, after doing a lot of research, Mashable.com has really strongly come out to warn people in rescue groups about trolls and anybody who's could be a malcontent, anybody who's wants to be negative on the pages. So we need to be able to come up with solutions, some stock answers to a lot of those sorts of things, but also some creative options in a professional and yet effective way to shut those sorts of things down. And to minimize any damage that they might have done. We depend on the public, and so we have to make sure that our public face is positive. So one thing we're never going to do is we're not going to use the tactics that the ASPCA uses on TV by posting those pitiful animals in need, the ones that are in cages and with chains around their necks and starving. That, I think, in my opinion, that makes people feel more guilty. Therefore, people tend to do nothing or less than they normally would. Given if they saw this happy creature, being funny and being cute and being adorable, people want to jump up and adopt those sorts of animals and help those sorts of animals. So we will not be doing any of those negative types of things. So I just want to put out a by when. Everybody should have these things up and running, and Tammy will give you all your first assignments for posting on these things. Let's say by next Wednesday. So that will be Wednesday the 17th. Everybody have that up and by. And then we're going to get started on our campaigns for the things that we need and who can we market to. So any ideas, email them to Tammy. She'll pass them on to me, and then we'll all brainstorm together. So I appreciate all of you tuning in to the GoToMeeting. This is going to be an invaluable tool, as I said. And we're going to rock this, and we're going to get these babies some homes and get them the care and the love that they deserve. And thanks, guys. Bye now.